Namaskar to all. My name is Pratishtha Gupta and I teach science in ITL Public School. Children, today we are going to take up the second module of our biology chapter, class 9th, fundamental unit of life. In the previous module, we have studied about the basic structure of cell, the discovery of cell and prokaryotic, eukaryotic cells. Today in this module, we are going to study about two very important processes that take place in the cell for the exchange of materials. And these two processes are diffusion and osmosis. Diffusion and osmosis. Children, diffusion is the movement of some particles from their region of higher concentration to their region of lower concentration. Sounds a little tricky, na, to remember the definition. But before this, we need to understand what concentration is before using this term concentration in our definition. So, I'll show you a little activity. This is a glass of water. A spoonful of sugar. Stir it nicely. I'll ensure that the sugar dissolves completely. Okay, perfect. Now, in this glass of water, there is a solution of sugar. It has got water as well as sugar. So, the amount of sugar that is in this solution is the concentration of sugar. Okay? And the amount of water that is there in the solution, that is the concentration of water. Got it? Amount of sugar, simple, that is the sugar concentration, and the amount of water, that is the water concentration. Water over here is the solvent and sugar is the solute. Solute plus solvent forms solution. I hope it is clear now because we are going to use these terms in our studies. So children, diffusion is the movement of particles from a region of higher concentration to a region of their lower concentration, which means where there are more to where there are less. I've got this video and you must have seen. It's so nice. It is distributing in the whole room without any external supply of energy. They are moving on their own. Actually, the movement of these particles is because of a specific type of movement known as Brownian movement, which you must be studying in chemistry chapter 1. Okay. One more example I'll take. This glass of water. I'm adding some drops of this indigo Neil. Okay, see what is happening. I'm not stirring, I'm not doing anything, but this indigo is getting dissolved from a region. I had put it on this side, it was more over there, more particles of indigo, and now they are going to the region where they were less. So, the movement of indigo particles is taking place from a region of their higher concentration to a region of their lower concentration, and this movement is known as diffusion. I hope it is clear to you now. So, it comes us to understand, I'll just recreate. These are the particles of substance A. They are more on this side on one corner. What is going to happen? By diffusion, they are just going to move to all these regions and they will occupy the whole room or the whole box. This process is known as diffusion. Through this process only, children, the movement of gases, the oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place in and outside the cell. Now, we come to our second type of movement, osmosis. Children, osmosis is a special type of diffusion only. Basically, it is diffusion, but there is a precondition to osmosis. Now, osmosis is the movement of water molecules. Now, in diffusion, I said any molecules. Now, osmosis is the movement of water molecules from a region of their higher concentration to a region of their lower concentration. Now, just see this box. These green bubbles, dots, these are the solute particles. Remember sugar? So, there on this is side A and this is side B. And these blue ones are the water molecules. Okay. So, there are two compartments and they have been divided through a semi-permeable membrane. What is semi-permeable membrane? You know, you have studied in a previous module. Semi-permeable membrane is the cell membrane or the plasma membrane in the cell, right? So, when we create a partition of semi-permeable membrane, what is going to happen? Now, semi-permeable cell membrane is porous. It has got small pores in between which allow only the particles which will be able to pass, selective particles which can pass through that size. Now you can see the solute particles are quite big, but the water particles are smaller. So what is going to happen? Water concentration is more over here, isn't it? You can see more blue dots as compared to here. So what is going to happen? The water is going to move from B to A. B, through these pores, the water molecules are going to move and they'll keep on moving till the concentration becomes same on both sides. Alright. So, the application of osmosis now. Application of osmosis is a very important process in the lives of any organism, because through this method only the movement of water is taking place across the cell. More specifically in plant cells, if you see, the absorption of water through the roots is taking place through osmosis. In case of amoeba and several other unicellular organisms, what happens? The intake of food and water also occurs through the cell membrane by this process called osmosis, and in them it is known as, I'll write here, endocytosis. Endocytosis means intake of something. Now, endocytosis can be of two types: phagocytosis and pinocytosis. Phagocytosis is for intake of food and pinocytosis is for the intake of water. In this process, for amoeba, the semi-permeable membrane or the cell membrane is playing a very vital role. Now, we are going to see how this osmosis occurs in various types of solutions. If the solution of, if the cell sap, the solution within the cell has the same concentration as it is in this beaker, situation A, what is going to happen? Some water is going out, some water is coming in. No net exchange. Ultimately, there is no change in the cell. Now what happens when you put a cell in a hypotonic solution? Hypotonic solution is the one in which has more concentration of water. That means less concentration of solute or sugar. So what is happening? Inside the cell is having lesser water in comparison to the external environment. Water is going to enter through these small pores of the cell membrane, and this process is known as endosmosis, coming inside. So it is endosmosis. Alright. So the third condition we will see, this hypotonic solution, I'll just give you an example. When the salad leaves and the spinach and this coriander, they become a little wilted and they are not that fresh, what your mother does, and to most of the vegetables in fact, she puts them in water, and after that they become fresh. They become far more crisper and fresher, greener. So that is because of endosmosis, because water has entered that vegetable or leaf part, whatever. The third situation, when the cell is put in a hypertonic solution. Hypertonic solution means the solution which has lesser amount of water and more amount of solutes in comparison to the cells have. So what is going to happen? The movement of water outside the cell. Okay. This situation in case of plant cell is a little different. What happens in case of plant cell? When the water moves out, the cell contents, including the cell membrane, they shrink and they come on one side, but the cell wall remains intact. Now the cell wall remains intact means the shape of the cell remains the same. Now this is the reason why the plant cells possess cell wall, because in such conditions the cell wall protects the plant cell. Now I will show you, I have kept some Now see children, these are some raisins, kishmish. This is the shape. Now this is of course a plant product, so it is having plant cells. Now what I did a couple of hours back, I put them in water. So water is hypotonic in comparison to the cell sap. The concentration of water is more outside, as you can see. So what is happening? Water is entering, and as you can see, they have become quite swollen in size if you compare the size. That is because water has entered these kishmish or the raisins. So this is the example of endosmosis. Alright. Now let us demonstrate exosmosis. These are fresh grapes. I have kept them in water. Now in this bowl I have put some strong salt solution. Now salt solution is quite high in concentration. That means the amount of salt is high and water is less. Yes. So what is going to happen? The water will come out. It will come out the way it is coming out over here, and it is known as exosmosis. Now you can see this. I'll just show you the size. If you see the size, now this was fresh and quite firm, but this grapes, these have become quite soggy and soft, and their size is reduced. Once again, you can see the comparison. This is a strong salt solution, which is hypertonic. So what is happening? Exosmosis is happening, because of which water is coming out of the cell. All right. So children, I feel now the concept of osmosis and diffusion would be super clear to you people. Let us take a quick recap. And of course, the difference between diffusion and osmosis is one of the favorite questions. Diffusion takes place in all type of material, solid, liquid, gas. You saw the movement of gaseous particles when I sprayed the deo. You saw when I mixed the sugar, in that the solid particles were moving. You saw the movement of the indigo, the liquid that I had put. So it takes place in solid, liquid, gas. Okay, but osmosis takes place only in case of water, or we can be more scientific, solvent. Okay, so this takes place in all types of matter. This takes place only in solvents or water. Second point, diffusion does not involve any membrane. It can take place directly. Osmosis, on the other hand, involves the role of semi-permeable membrane or selectively permeable membrane. In case of cells, it is the cell membrane. Now the third, we can write the example. Diffusion is responsible for the movement of gases in and out of the cell, while osmosis is responsible for the movement of water across the cells. It can be within the plant, it can be through the root, and everywhere. Now children, we'll see how the osmosis occurs in plant cell and animal cells, how it takes place in various types of solutions, because this is one of the, again I said, one of the very important topics. Animal cell and plant cell behavior we are going to see in various types of solutions. Now children, whenever we make a cell, when we depict a cell, living cell, we always make a dot to show the nucleus. Okay, so the first one is simple. Isotonic solution. If I keep an animal cell, some of the water will go in, some of the water will go out, so no net osmosis. Ultimately the cell remains the same. Let us come to plant cell. If you see children, I have made double layer. Whenever we show a plant cell, we show two layers, because one of the layer is the cell wall and the inner layer is cell membrane. So what is going to happen? Water is coming in, going out in equal quantities. Osmosis is taking place. So end osmosis is equal to X osmosis. So it means no net osmosis in both the cases. Now let us see the hypertonic solution. Now hypertonic solution, just now I had shown you the example of resins in case of plant cell. If the animal cell is kept in a hypertonic solution, what is going to happen? You see the shape was this initially, and what has happened? Because of X osmosis taking place, it has become shrink. It has become like this. Alright, let us come to plant cell now. Again, water is going out because of osmosis, exosmosis, but the plant cell, if you see, the shape remains same, which means the plant cell wall is a rigid layer, while the contents within the cell, they are going to shift to one side. They will get collected, and this is known as plasmolysis. Plasmolysis. And again, if you keep this plant cell again in pure water or in hypotonic solution, what is going to happen? It is again going to regain water. It is again going to absorb water through endosmosis, and again it will come back to its original shape. The way I gave you the example of lettuce and the cabbage and the vegetables when you put them in water. Last but not the least, hypotonic solution. Now this is interesting, children. What happens when the animal cell is placed in a hypotonic solution? For example, pure water. So what is going to happen? The water will try to enter. Okay. So when water is going to enter, the animal cell is going to swell up. It is going to swell up, the size will increase, and there will be a time when it cannot hold more water and it will burst. So what will happen? This cell membrane is burst. Now, since I have shown the nucleus over here, now the cell contents will go out, the cell will die. Cell will burst and die. This is often asked in exams, that what will you observe if you put a RBC, for example, in pure water. Children, this is the reason it is suggested one should never drink distilled water. Distilled water, because the distilled water does not have any solutes, anything dissolved. So when we consume distilled water, what it can do, it can just enter the cells of the gut and it can make them burst, it can damage them. So it is always advised to drink the mineral water or the filtered water, whatever you are using. Let us come to the behavior of plant cell in hypotonic solution. Hypotonic solution, which has got more concentration of water or solvent. What is going to happen? The water is going to enter and the cell will become turgid. Alright, so I feel that today's module was useful for you to understand the concept of diffusion and osmosis. Children, it is very important. The process of diffusion and osmosis, both of them, they are very, very important from the role of biological point, because these are the processes which are involved in all the life processes that you will be studying. So let us do a quick recap. Diffusion, osmosis. Diffusion is direct movement of particles from higher to lower concentration. Osmosis is a special type of diffusion which involves cell membrane. Then we studied osmosis can be endosmosis, exosmosis, and we studied the behavior of animal cell and plant cell in the various types of solution, isotonic, hypotonic and hypertonic. Children, I would request you to practice the diagrams of the behavior of plant cell and animal cell in various solutions. Thank you.